Hello, dear folks. Welcome to the show. Jack Zhao on the EastToWest, exclusively sponsored by BP Aristo, best known for their internationally renowned Italian-style men's suit, adopting the nanotech technology that makes the fabric water-resistant, of course, stylish, regardless, well, without mentioning. And also their Aristo Golf Series, which is a beautiful series that combines tradition, sports, and fashion, something like that. Okay, thank you for sponsoring. Okay, now back to the show.
Yes, sir.
Today with my good friend, my brother, and I used to joke, and I still do, that we are brothers by the
Different mothers.
different mothers.
Right.
Something like that. Okay.
And they both love us.
Okay. All right. Good. Very good. What a blood.
Yeah, it's
All right.
beautiful.
What a blood. Okay. Now we're talking about with him Ken Hemming, political commentator. He himself is a writer, and with his beautiful book, best known to young people, 100 Words to Live By. Life is Simple.
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay. Now, the presidential election of 2016, in many categories, it is said to be unprecedented.
Yes, I agree.
All right. And we've never seen positively or negatively this much about a presidential election of the United States all throughout the 44th presidency.
Right.
All right. And we're entering the 45th presidency. So as a proud citizen of the United States, I feel that I enjoy it, and I get confused by it sometimes, right? So with my friend Ken Hemming, I would like to start the show by saying that why it is in many categories believed to be never seen before. That means unprecedented.
And I think I have the key to that question, and that is because with Mr. Trump running, he is not a part of the elite establishment that has just built up over 200 years, where the Republican and Democratic Party are quite choreographed and run by a tight group of people that have more power than I think they deserve. And so he's a person that has not been a part of that. He's been a Democrat, he's a Republican now, and but what I care about is he cares about the Constitution. But so this is somewhere that there were 16 people he was running against when the debate started, and nobody thought he had a chance, okay? And he did. He created the chance.
And he did have the chance, yes.
And he part of how he did it was kind of annihilating his enemies after they annihilated him. But now he's being very presidential. So we have this outsider, and then we had a person, Mrs. Clinton, that tried to run in 2000 or 2008. I mean, and then Obama wiped her out as a candidate, and she's waited around for this last chance. And I you know, to clarify who I am to your viewers, okay, I am Ken Hemming, and I am, according to Mrs. Clinton, okay, a deplorable, racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, and I'm irredeemable.
Yeah,
so that's who I am according to that.
That's not important.
It's important.
Okay, let's get back to
right.
where ours started.
So
right? I need your comment about why this 2016 presidential election is unprecedented.
Because we have an outsider, Donald Trump, that's not in the, in fact, many Republicans are his overt enemies.
Well, you say outsiders, you're saying, you simply mentioned that Donald Trump is not a member of the elite system.
He's not a politician.
When you say that, you mean the GOP side, as a GOP elite member.
Either side, yeah.
Either
so
side.
He's not a politician.
But Hillary Clinton is one. Do you think he is the one of the system, of the elite system, of the Democratic?
Totally, because she's been there since 1968 when she converted.
So that's why you're
Democrat.
saying that an outsider for one party,
right,
is fighting against an insider
Right.
of another.
Right. And the Republican Party is upset about this because he's changing the whole rhythm of politics. Because rather than having that smaller power group with a lot of money in that, he's come in and just changed the landscape.
My next question is that during the time, ever since each of them announced their campaign, though,
Yes.
to the point that they are the only two down standing.
Right.
All right, going to be either she, or he, right, between. And there's never a moment they stop name calling.
Well,
Names
these
calling
were
is
the
one
names that.
thing,
Yeah.
names calling and the fingers pointing, all right, using those exaggerating terms, right? I mean both. I'm not saying Hillary Clinton does that. I'm not saying Donald Trump does that. I'm saying that they both do that. My question, why would they do that? Is it because of the time, or is it because the characters of these two characters, the characteristics of these two characters?
Well, Hillary and the Democratic Party don't have a history of performing in a beautiful way for America. We haven't had more than 2% gross national product growth in the last 7 years under Obama. And she, of course, has this history of scandal after scandal after scandal. And so her only chance, it all goes back to the rules for radicals where you demean and destroy your opponent. So their whole thing is to demean and destroy any
hold on your judgment. Just say the fact, okay?
that is the fact. Yeah.
There are lots of facts that I may even agree with you.
Yeah.
I may even agree with, which later on we're going to share about my agreement
Sure.
with you
Yeah.
on those certain other categories,
Yeah.
even about Hillary Clinton. All I'm saying is that put them together,
Right.
all together as two players for the 2016 presidential election. Why this election so outstanding?
Well, like Trump, Hillary's has a record as a politician for 35 years, okay? And so the Republicans discuss her performance, not her, and then, of course, some of the scandal issues. But Trump has been very kind of calm in getting into, and also quite sensitive about her health issues that are looking
Yeah, that
pretty
we'll
serious.
talk about next segment.
Right, okay, yeah.
My exactly question
Yeah.
is, that's exactly my question. My question is that with an obvious black and white comparison,
Right.
with somebody of 35 years of record
In politics.
of public service, or in politics,
Yeah.
you call it,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
and versus somebody who has a zero
He's a businessman.
Political,
Correct.
whatever involved.
Right, he hasn't run for any office ever.
Why, if people emphasis on the fact that Donald Trump has or has not any experiences in politics, still there comes out with the fact that Donald Trump goes about 2-3% higher.
Yeah.
They're kind of like tying up,
Right now.
dragging down each other like that.
Right.
And they're, in other words, they're so close. Why it is that they are so close?
Because people in America, I think on a general basis, which includes a lot of independents and people that have never even voted before, we want America to come first. And a lot of people, just like in England, they don't want to, I do not believe in globalization that morphing America into the same kind of profile that our foreign friends have. And so I like standing up for my flag, my country, and I like America first. Now, we're out there protecting the world from a lot of evil, and I also want people not to forget what we did in World War II.
Globalization is another issue that
Okay.
we can pick up another day.
Right, sure.
So right now we're talking about
Yeah.
at this very specific time point
Yeah.
when United States has about less than 2 months time left.
Yeah, 54
And
days.
there are yet,
Right.
you're right. And there are yet still things, so many undecided.
Right,
So
there are.
Is this something risky to the nation? Normally,
Well-
if you look back, I'm here for in the States, in the United States
Yeah.
for 32nd years, right?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
now I watch all the in and out of the presidencies, right? Now,
Yes, you have.
I've never seen any presidential election that you're down to the point of 53, 54 days,
Right.
and there are uncertainties. There are so many uncertainties.
Yeah. It's,
So, is this risky to the country, please?
well, I don't think there's ever been such a divide between the left-leaning Democratic Party and the basic Republican Party. The divide with, like Bernie Sanders, and is a socialist, which I completely disapprove of. It doesn't work, but was absolutely annihilated by the elite of the Democratic Party.
Okay.
And so right now, what Hillary wants to do is an expansion of the continued programs of Obama, and she wants to bring in more illegal aliens, more refugees. Doesn't care really about vetting them. Just bring them in, maybe get their vote, and have the working Americans give them social services that I don't think we can afford, and I don't want to do that. So the divide between the left now, which is, I don't think the left no longer has the Constitution.
The division? What causes the division this big?
The Democrat Party is leaning farther left, farther socialistic, less committed to the Republic of America based on the Constitution.
Okay, very good, very well said.
So I think that's
That exactly gives me a handle to hold on to into the next segment.
yes, sir.
Shall we wrap it for this one and come back after a short break?
And you know my honor to be with you.
I know, of course. All right. So we'll be right back. Hello, my dear fellow Americans. Welcome back to the East-West Show, hosted by Jack Chow, exclusive sponsored by BP Arezzo, best known for their internationally renowned Italian men's style suit that I happen to be wearing one, and also their Arezzo golf series, including this beautiful T-shirt I'm wearing.
Nice.
So I'm head to toe.
Yeah, right.
And BPRA, so thank you for sponsoring. Back to the show. With Ken having my good friend, and I joke that he is my brother by this different mother or something. I know. Okay. We share lots of agreement. We have lots of disagreement.
Yes, sir.
We most of the time, I would say 95% of the time, disagree. But in the 5% that we do agree, though, we still agree on, base our agreement upon clear-minded analysis.
Right.
Okay, now.
Common sense, rational thinking.
I ask you in the last segment that why this country division is so big.
It's so big.
There has been a gap which is regarded as positive because it will do country this good. All right. You always hear different voices that will make sure that you don't make mistake or you don't make as much. Right. But when the gap is so big, though, it is a signal that you have to be aware of. Right now, you mentioned about the fact of for the past 8 years with the Obama administration, the country is led too far to the left. That lots of people call extreme left.
Yes, sir.
Extreme left. Any examples about extreme left?
Well, yeah. Let's see. Let's take a prime example, the Iran deal. Okay, Iran is an enemy, a declared enemy of America, and Obama and his administration paid you could call it either 400 billion or 1.7 billion dollars to them to release some hostages we have. So and so I
They
think,
did release 4 out of many, I believe. Yeah.
yeah, but our policy and the right policy is you do not pay ransom because all that does is then let's steal some more
You don't
Americans.
trade with them.
Right. You just don't. And when he released the 5 massive terrorists for one traitor that left our forces.
I see.
It's a tragedy, and so what's happened is our current president, I think, has alienated many of our allies, like number one, Israel. Okay, and now, so what used to be our friends are now sort of disrespected by us, and our enemies are what our president is more working with, and I think it's to have Iran as a friend and to allow them to get nuclear weapons with the sole purpose of starting out by destroying Israel just doesn't make sense.
That's internationally.
Yes,
Domestically,
sir.
what also do you see as going in this country being going too much on the left?
Well, number one, Obama said 22 times that he didn't have the constitutional power to just let to ignore laws and let immigrants in here and give them amnesty and that. And then all of a sudden, I mean, he violates the laws of our country through executive orders that are not constitutional. Now, that's not an opinion, okay? And I'm so disappointed in the Republicans and Democrats in Congress that do not have the courage to stand up to the president. They don't have the courage. I don't know why. Part of the reason is Obama is part black, part African American, and then they call you a racist if you disagree with them. Well, I disagree with them on everything, and I'm not a racist.
Accidentally, I have to support you on this.
It's an accident, yes.
Which is an accident.
What a mistake.
It's not an accident for no reason. It is an accident
Right.
for a reason. The reason being that for my audience to share it. Oh, by the way, whatever I say represents only my personal opinion. So does he.
Right.
The same thing to his opinion.
Right.
Only personal opinion. We do not represent, or especially I, declare that whatever I say, do not represent this organization,
Right.
EDI, G&E TV, the EastToWest show. No.
Right.
Totally personal. Jack Chow, as a human being, by the way, a male.
A fine human
95 years old, so something like that.
Yeah.
My personal opinion. Thing is that we have seen laws. Okay, to judge a country, you see the laws.
Yes, sir.
Right. To judge the nature of laws, you see what the law calls for. Right. What gets me upset, most upset, is the legalization of the same-sex marriage.
Me too. I
I
don't care.
I feel that law, even though by giving some people, some freedom, has invaded my belief in marriage, right?
It has.
Okay, now I have once again. I said it 1 million times. Once again, I'm saying for the 1 million and the first time that I have no problem if you are in love, in a relation with anybody.
Right.
Who cares?
Right.
I don't care.
Right. Keep it
You
private.
Sure. You may have a relationship or romanticism, whatever, with anybody. I don't care.
Right.
However, to get into what we call certificate of a marriage,
Right.
I do have a problem.
And the sacred
My
nature
personal
of it.
opinion. So I first got upset about this.
Yeah.
And later, before I recovered from that one, I heard that the second law, which the third bathroom law,
Yes,
passed
sir.
in California,
Yes.
and on school camps you see the third bathroom.
Yeah.
I did go to several supermarket, big ones such as Kmart, such as Walmart,
Right.
And they do have that bathroom,
Yeah.
what they call a family room or something
Yeah.
like that. That okay, all right.
Anybody can go.
All right, anybody can go. All right. That means that my power again being invaded. When I stand there, take a pee, I don't want anybody to watch. I don't want
right.
anybody to watch.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
This is my freedom.
That's
It's
right.
my right,
You should
given
be
by
private.
Constitution. Am I
Right.
right?
Right.
So why am I supposed to sacrifice that?
You know, one of the real big overriding things that you're saying, Jack, is that this country has three branches, and there's checks and balances. And if the checks and balances where we can keep, because these declarations for anybody use the bathroom, that comes directly from the president, okay? That's what he's authorized.
I don't know if the president himself or the party, I don't know. But
Yeah.
the thing is that I got upset.
Right.
I got agitated. I got a frustration about it, right?
Right.
And then,
Me too.
you know what? You just mentioned about one fact that people are shut up because
No,
they
that's right.
dare not say anything because
wanna
when they
intimidate.
say you are
Right.
discriminating.
Right, you're right.
Let me
Which
give you
is
an example.
so
The other day I was sharing my example with some friends,
Yeah.
and they kind of like laugh at it,
Yeah.
right?
Let
Their
'em.
laugh means their support,
Okay.
right? Their agreement.
Okay.
If I were them, I would create a law saying that, for example, oh, by the way, my personal opinion, okay? All right, keep that in mind. I will say anybody who has the sixth finger
Yes, sir.
should deserve the same right as you have five.
Okay. That's
Right.
fair.
Do you want to say you're against my law? My law?
No, because
No.
because
If you say anything no, if you say
Yeah.
I don't support, I go against it,
Right.
you are discriminating somebody with the
right,
with the
with the
sixth finger.
deformity, right, and
With the
people do have some,
right?
Yeah, so-
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Now,
yeah.
Now, with that in mind, though, you're shut up. Even though you're not agreeing upon this,
Right.
you're shut up.
Freedom of speech is being denied people by those that do not agree with the radical
Okay,
leftist
now,
agenda.
Shutting up people, is that a violation of freedom of speech?
100% yes.
All right, good.
Intimidation.
So you're talking about a cycle
yeah,
negativity.
very much so.
Very much so. All right. Okay, my dear audience, with my good friend Ken Hamming, we share with the audience, with our lovely audience, our agreement, our disagreement. Anyway,
That's right.
To look things, to look at coin at both sides, right? So we'll be right back, please. Hello, dear folks. Welcome back to the East-West Show, exclusively sponsored by BPRE, so best known for their internationally renowned Italian salmon suit that applies the nanotextile technology. I explained to you
Yeah.
because they do the micro treatment
Yeah, I've
that
got a-
makes the fabric water resistant, and this one is water resistant. You spill your coffee, the
Or my tears.
the balls roll
Yeah,
away like
yeah.
that. Water, so on and so forth. And there are Raceto golf series such as this shirt. And thank you, BP Raceto, for sponsoring back to the show.
Yeah.
Now, in the show, we're talking about a discussion between an honest Jack Chow
Yes.
with an honest Ken Hamming, right? Both care so much about the United States.
We do.
Right, as proud citizens.
We're
right?
patriots.
Okay, now, we mentioned about the fact that the country being led so far, too far, or extremely far to the left. So people, does that mean when people see that going that far, people say, oh my God, let's put an end to it,
Well,
right? And that is how
That's-
they,
yeah.
and the D Party
Yeah.
loses the confidence or trust in people. Am I right?
it's changing the nature, the left agenda changes the nature of America from the foundation, primarily our Constitution, evolving in ways that are not uniquely American. And that's the sadness of what we're living through.
Okay, with that in mind, people, when I say people, I say Americans, are kind of eager to see something different,
Yes.
right? To see something different. Okay, for people to see something different, Donald Trump pops up, and yet Donald Trump is a man of no record of service. That
Of public
creates
service.
another concern. That creates another concern. Yes, public service.
Yeah.
But in his life, he has endured 3,000 lawsuits. And within the 3,000, there are 1,700 times he is the plaintiff, and there are 1,300 times he is a
Defendant.
defendant.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a service.
I-
So my trepidation is that, well, Hillary Clinton, we believe, cannot do the job. Can Donald Trump do?
Oh, well, number one, I would like to say that I'd like to see the list of 3,000 lawsuits, because I think that's what the left throws out. They created that number. I don't know that. I'd like to, if I could read a list of it and see what courts these things were adjudicated in, then I could believe it. But yes, in business, I'm a 40-year CPA, all working with corporations, you know, and some individuals, and I don't think I ever had any client that didn't have some lawsuit going on, either one way or the other, because that's kind of the way people try to protect themselves when the ethics of business are not
Once
being
again,
followed.
honestly, I haven't go to court to dig out the file myself, right? Well, I have what I hear from the media, right? And okay, being sued,
the media,
or being sued or to sue people is not a bad thing, because you're applying your right of democracy.
Unless it's an obnoxious suit that has no foundation.
As to the number, though, he has so many companies over throughout the entire global Earth planet, and then the number 3,000 plus minus and more. They say the word more, 3,000 more, includes all those suits.
Yeah, see, the reason the left really hates Trump so much is because they have not successfully intimidated him into submission of saying what he thinks. No, that's true. That's a fair point, I think.
That I half agree with you.
Okay.
Because people do not trust him, because they have not seen enough evidences. But the thing is that, do people believe, or do the supporters believe, that Trump will have the capability of running this country?
Massively, obsessively, they believe that, and I believe that.
You do?
Yeah, and it's just kind of like in England what happened, because they voted their way out of the European Union because they didn't want a group of people in Switzerland telling them who you've got to take in, who you've got to take out, telling them how to make decisions related to your own country. And so they voted it out. They're out. I'm so thrilled with what they did. And this is the same thing. The people want America to be the focus point of our political activities, and not submissive to the demands of other countries and like the United Nations, I think, is a pathetic organization now, personally. It's just dysfunctional. And they have people there on the Human Rights Council that was like Iraq and Iran, where there's no human rights. So I'd like it to leave America, to be honest, move it to some other country. But anyway, and then half the countries in there don't pay their dues, and we're paying everybody's. So we're being real abused with that. But anyway, the concept of the United Nations is wonderful. It's just not working.
But you're not talking about UN. You're talking about here as a country, as a nation.
Well, it's both. I'm talking about the United Nations is dysfunctional.
No, I'm talking about the United States, right?
And we're dysfunctional.
Now, the thing is that you just mentioned that the number 3,000 of lawsuits were provided by the media, the left media, or whatever, to disform him, right?
Yes, for sure.
For defamation or something.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, now.
Right.
Now that on this hand, we see the news popping out for the last 2 days, 2-3 days, about Hillary's health condition.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that's a problem of the same nature? The other party, by retaliation, just pop out these information to see that Hillary Clinton is physically not fit for the job. Do you think so, or do you have any other comments? Please?
Well, number one, I do think that to be president of the United States for a 4-year period, anybody can die in office. Okay, things happen. Okay, we've had 3 presidents killed. Okay, and it could happen again. There's a lot of people that would like to kill Trump. Period. There's a lot of them. But I believe that health, mental health as well as physical health, okay, is very critical component of a requirement to serve 340 million people. So now what's happened, they have a pool of reporters, okay? They call them the reporters pool that follows Hillary everywhere and that follows Trump everywhere. Now, when Hillary just had her issue at the 9/11 celebration, admiration for our victims, they did not even allow the reporters to find out where she was going till 90 minutes later. And also, you remember earlier in the year, Hillary had ropes around reporters to keep her, had rope, like lassos, you know, around the reporters to keep them away from her. Now, that's not open. That's, you know, so there's just, and I'll tell you, I definitely don't believe the soul of the media. It's no longer, they're no longer reporters. There's no journalism. They're advocates for the Democratic Party right now.
Same
They're
thing to the other side too. I'm talking about.
But there's
I'm
no other side.
I'm talking about the comment or news about Hillary Clinton's health condition.
I think it's a valid thing, and if it was with Trump too, I think it's valid. He did something very brilliant yesterday. I think it's on TV today. He brought his health records to Dr. Oz, who I'm not sure I like or dislike, but and then it has a big audience of Republicans and Democrats and a lot of women particularly, and so these people then had to hear and see Trump in person, and Dr. Oz give some sort of responses and analysis of the records, his heart rate, his pulse, his this, his that, okay? So I think that was a brilliant move, and so he's thrown out his...
That itself is indulging, because, you know, if you recall the previous presidencies, there is no health record being read.
Not true.
You know, why this one?
Not true. You go back to John McCain, there were predictions he would die in year 3 if he was elected.
No, it was not.
They attacked him massively.
I know. That was concern.
Mercilessly.
That was concern about his age, and that wasn't even going to the extent that his opponent has to read his health record.
And Hillary's 2 years different from McCain. So no, I think it's a valid issue. And if I thought Trump, maybe we'll find out if that his stamina and energy and health was not sufficient to endure the rigors of 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, you're at work when you're the president of the United States. It's a full-time, every minute of your existence, except Obama plays golf 340 times. Including
your golf time.
Right, 340 rounds, which is unprecedented. Anyway, we won't go into that.
Yeah,
so I would not want a Republican candidate to be possibly deficient in energy and wisdom, mental health, serving.
Hello, dear folks. Welcome back to the show, Jack Chow on the EastToWest show. That is exclusively sponsored by BP Aristo, best known for their internationally renowned Italian missile suit using nanotechnology, and that makes the fabric water resistant, stretchable. By the way, it's stretchable. You kneel down, you bend over, whatever, it will not pop up a ball like this. No. Yes, and also there are Aristo golf series. I know my friend Ken plays a lot of golf. You deserve to have a set.
I do.
At least one set, all right? So, BP Aristo, thank you for sponsoring. Back to the show. Talking about Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump in this 2016 presidential election in the United States, which is claimed to be the most unprecedented in U.S. history. All right. So with me is my good friend Ken Hemming. He is a commentator. He is also a CPA for life, also a writer himself with a beautiful publication called "Life is Simple: 100 Words to Live By," provided. All right.
And I live by it. Trust me.
Okay, good. Back to the subject. I know people do get sick, right?
Yes.
Everybody gets his up days and down days, whatever, something. At this right moment, it happens just at the wrong moment, I would say, when we hear some news about Hillary Clinton.
Right.
that she almost collapsed, and she
Yeah.
coughs uncontrollably.
She
right?
does, yes.
Yeah. And lots of people worry, even though word comes out saying that she is only suffering from a very slight pneumonia. And
There's no
chances
slight
are-
pneumonia, though.
Chances are there are bigger words, the bigger
Right,
diagnosis,
issues, yeah.
diagnosis issues will keep popping up. So
Yeah.
my question to you is that if somewhere down the road one backs off, though, there is only one left, what do we do?
That's a very, very intriguing question. I don't know the answer. I know people are thinking about that right now.
In American history, has anything happened like this?
I don't believe there's ever been an election day where there have not been two alive, breathing candidates.
You know, when I was doing my homework,
Yeah.
I consulted on the internet to find out if there's any election during which that one candidate backs off for whatever reason,
Yeah.
right? Okay. When it's down to two. Right. From 16 to 1, that's one story.
Yeah.
That's a premiere, right?
Yeah.
Now you're talking about the very, very final climax.
Yeah, because we're in the last
We're
weeks
in the last,
here.
well, so 54,
54
days,
days, yeah.
53 days anyway.
Yeah.
So now, do you think Americans would have to take somebody from the left-hand side to make it?
See, there was one election, I forget what it was, where the candidate, shortly after becoming the candidate, was replaced by somebody for certain reasons that I can't exactly remember, but there was plenty of time and it wasn't very distractive, okay? It did distract. Now, how do you, like, I've read everything that they'd bring in Joe Biden, they'd bring in Michelle Obama, that would be interesting. Whatever they would do, and then some people are saying that maybe the election itself could be delayed till January. Now, I'm
Has
certainly
it
not
happened
in.
before delay?
No,
No.
And I believe that when you schedule something, you meet your schedule. You don't willy-nilly
And
delay.
by
it.
the way, the dates are constitutional,
That's true.
right?
Right.
You can't move the date without having to
No.
create a new law. So
And
extension would not be possible.
And as a matter of fact, a Democratic congressman has put forth a bill that would do away with term limits for presidents. Well, all that would do is create opportunities for tyranny and dictatorships. So that's real silly, okay?
That I don't agree.
No,
I
no, no,
know-
that's-
I know.
that's insanity.
I can advance my disagreement on that
Right,
one.
right, yeah.
So talking about what to do, what the voters are expecting to do. So should there be a situation that there pops up a replacement from within the Democratic Party, and they have a best point of argument saying that we have somebody who walks away because of a health condition. Now here's someone who is healthier.
If I was Hillary's advisor, and I am certainly not her fan, as you know, but if I was an advisor, I'd advise her to just go home, don't talk to anybody until election day. Don't do a debate. She will be terrible on a
Then
debate
she will
against.
lose anyway.
Yeah, well, but she'd have a better chance because then when she opens her mouth, a lot of times she gets in trouble, with untruths. And so her best thing would be, and that's what she's doing now. She's done 1/3 as many appearances as Donald
Forget
Trump.
your comment on her political tactics thing.
Yeah, I think
Let's
that-
talk about her health condition. If it comes to a point that due to health condition she does have to walk away, or by nature, Mother Nature, she could not even stand for the procedure.
No,
So,
that's-
I mean, was there, or could there, or
Yeah.
should there be a replacement?
I believe that she could continue with poor health and just let it be shown and sit instead of stand for a debate for an hour and a half and just say, yeah, I've got problems. I want you to vote for me. So I don't think she'll be replaced for medical purposes. It can affect how people vote, however, because we want vitality leading our country.
How about libertarians?
Well, I'm all for states' rights, individual rights, and small government, and that's sort of the mantra of the libertarians. But there's no chance that the candidates, I think it might be 8-9%.
Such as Gary Johnson?
Right, and then on one of these shows recently, they asked him, "What are your thoughts about Aleppo, which is the center of Syria's war?" And he had no idea what it was.
Oh yeah.
And that was embarrassing. Look, I think the guy's a nice guy, and I really like states' rights, not big government, and I like your rights even more than states' rights. So. It needs 15% to get on the debate. I don't think it's
10 or
going to.
10?
I think it's well, one of us is right, and
Okay.
or maybe it's 13, but I don't think he's going to be there.
I see.
But I like a lot of their beliefs. However, they're very more isolationist than I am to the
When
world.
a third party is not possible,
Yeah.
then it is once again she and him, and with she, we're talking about her conditions,
Right.
and that if someday she has to leave, okay, now, when we say suppose replacement is not possible,
Yeah.
Donald Trump is only one left over. There is no need of doing election anyway.
Well, I
There's
like.
no word of election anyway. You don't want to elect.
I'm going to say something that sounds real silly. In a couple elections in America's history, not president or something, but local elections or even congressional, the candidate at the time of the election has been dead and won. People don't even know the guy died. This, our electorate's not all brilliant, okay, or well informed. So, any funny thing can happen. But
That's too bad.
But because Hillary's name will still be on the ballot, even if she's sort of dysfunctional. And then you can get some.
As long as she lives.
You can get some pity votes too. Oh, I feel sorry for her. I'll vote for her. I mean, that's, those things happen. Now the libertarian will take votes. I don't know whether it takes more votes from Trump or more votes from Hillary. I don't know.
In other words, you were saying even if Hillary is held off because her performance
Right.
of being a candidate, being on a debate, though,
Right.
American voters still can vote of the two names.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm positive of that.
That makes some logic because
Yeah.
if you say Hillary Clinton is out of the picture, though, you do not even have a word of electing, right?
Well, the votes elect.
I know.
Yeah, the voters. Yeah,
I know, because after all, you're talking about one.
Yeah.
With or without the voting, still the one anyway.
Yeah.
So
There will be two names on the ballots to vote for. There will be two names. I would say 99% it
There
will be
will be.
Hillary. There will be two names. There must be two
I
names.
see. Do we know? Okay. Suppose
Yeah.
you at the end of the day, she did get some votes, right?
Yeah.
The pity vote, call it.
Right.
Or
Whatever,
Or
yeah.
mercy
Or mercy
vote,
votes, yeah, right.
whatever you call it.
Yeah.
How about function? How about performance afterwards? You have to stay in the Oval Office. You were almost 24/7, right?
Right.
So it is a tough job, I know, but it needs a perfect health condition.
Well, see, and the president really should be doing the job. Sometimes they delegate, like, to the vice president. Now, one of the great differences in this election is Pence as a vice presidential candidate, and then Kaine as the Democrat candidate. I think Pence is like 10 million times more impressive in quality and everything, and the other guy just doesn't seem to get it. Okay, but now that's only my opinion. But if you're going to think about who's backing up the candidates, I'm really more comfortable with Pence to a massive degree, and then Pence too, in terms of releasing financial information, he made $120,000 last
Okay,
year.
next question.
Yes, sir.
Bernie Sanders, will he be the one, be a good replacement or reasonable, at least amicable replacement?
I think the answer is no,
I'm
because
not
there'd
saying
be
that
zero
United States-
chance he could actually win.
Huh? Excuse me?
Yeah, I think they wouldn't do that because I think there's zero chance that he could actually get enough votes to win. There's a lot of people that like that stuff, but socialism, he doesn't like
No,
America.
I'm just talking about procedure.
Yeah,
I'm talking
Right.
about a structure, right? the procedure by protocols. Put it that way.
The Democratic,
by protocols, would Democratic say, hey, let's the convention make another decision, say we pick up Bernie Sanders,
Well, they'd probably move Kane, their Democrat, up to the candidate.
the VP?
Yeah, they'd probably move him up to the presidential candidate. But who knows? But I think 99% Hillary's name will be on there. Now, there's going to be a lot of things happen in the next 6 weeks, 7 weeks. A lot of things are going to happen that we don't know. Don't forget.
Even right now, as we speak, things are happening in a very rapid way.
Well, in the gentleman over there hiding out in a ambassadorship area, Snowden is going to release more emails, release more information on Hillary, and it's going to be interesting. I have no idea what it's going to be. He says it's going to be substantial and it will be negative. And it's going to happen.
Okay. Now, in other words, if we take another look, a little broader sense, right, saying that on the left-hand side with the Democratic Party, when Hillary Clinton is attacked by, number one, all these controversies of her email steal, and now popping out with the health condition, and whereas with Donald Trump, there's nothing of that nature.
No, I mean, right now, everything negative is happening in Hillary's life, okay? Now, I'm for that, but Trump now is being more presidential. He's reading from the monitors more, and he's putting his programs out there. Like the media says, oh, he has no programs. He's putting all of his programs out there, very clear.
Do you think Donald Trump has changed a little bit?
Oh, I think, I believe he's a very smart boy, okay? I think he's very intelligent, and I think he's had his whole plan, that he had to somehow wipe out the 16 opponents that he was fighting to get the nomination. And then now, he knows how to run a business. If you can run a business with efficiency, you can run a country better. We have so much waste and corruption in our government. It's extremely depressing and concerning. And like what I would do, I have my own economic plan that when any federal employee either retires or dies, don't replace them till there's been a 10% reduction in the employees, because anybody can do 11% more work because they have no pressure to perform efficiently.
To wrap it up, though, we want to give a little rough conclusion.
Yes, sir.
When I say rough, we say without so many details, right?
Right.
I'm not talking about this kind of rough.
Right, right.
And the rough condition being the rough guess, rough prediction would be that with or without the health problem, Hillary Clinton her name will stay on the ballot.
I believe that.
Right?
Unless something dramatic.
And then United States voters still have a chance to vote with or without her presence.
Yes, sir.
Am I right?
I believe that.
If people do like her that much, though, they can even still go ahead to vote her during her absence.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
All right. Now,
and she'll be less visible in the next 50 days.
Okay. Now, another look at the overall picture would be that the situation, we're talking about timing, is it more favorable to Donald Trump?
I believe it is.
Okay. Will Donald Trump benefit from it, or he doesn't need to benefit?
See, I think there's so many people that are just quiet that will vote for Donald Trump because they're not out there throwing it in your face, okay? I wear my Trump hat sometimes, and then people say good things and bad things to me. Right. Well, I'm supporting the Constitution. And if Hillary was committed to the Constitution and had economic programs that are more free enterprise that can reestablish the middle class, which is the foundation of America, I'd vote for her. But her programs don't do that.
All right, anyway, I started to get disappointed from this side myself, all right? And on the other side, I do not see anything that is positive enough to make a decision. That's why I say I'm still hanging.
You'll make a decision when you get in the booth.
Yeah, I will, but not now.
Right.
I will, but not now.
Right.
Because I'm still hanging in the middle of the road, though.
Right.
And I would like you to describe right now what the situation is and what you want our fellow voters to do for the next 54 days.
Well, the main thing I'd like the voters to do is become aware of the issues, become aware of the candidates, and have a common sense, rational, intellectual reason for your vote, rather than just intuition and emotion.
Okay.
Because it's a big job, and it needs to be done in a good way.
The biggest job.
The biggest job.
Okay, my dear audience, today we had some analysis about the 2016 presidential election to find out with the health condition of Hillary Clinton popping out the last few days, and with the response from Donald Trump. Oh, by the way, and the last question.
Yes, sir.
If Hillary Clinton sometime, some point of time, wasn't able or isn't able, will not be able to stand for the debate though, will Donald Trump back up and say, I will not debate her?
No, he won't. He's not afraid of her. He wants her.
No. I'm not talking about afraid.
No, he'll be there.
I'm talking about tactic.
Yeah, and if Hillary had to sit down, Mr. Trump would stand up, and that would be a dramatic display of energy. And
will he also sit down?
No, he should stay standing.
Would that that be more gentlemanlike if he sits down?
There's no need to be gentlemanlike.
Okay. All right, good. Anyway, all right. Good.
It's warfare.
Warfare, all right. What a description.
Yeah.
Okay, my dear audience, thank you for watching. And I would like to appreciate my good friend Ken Hamming for coming. Thank you for sharing.
I love you and your viewers even more.
Sure, all right. Thank you.